Thanks for joining another episode of Playing the Artist, a show where we talk about trying to play artist, try to be artists, and most importantly, try to make money as artists. And join as always is my co-host, birthday boy, just turned 43, Alex Kolakowski.
Please, I'm not a day over 34. Actually, I'm 4 days over 34. I'm 35.
Yeah.
Maybe not 4. What's the date today? The 5th?
It's the 5th. Yeah.
I'm 3 days over. Yeah, man. That's me. My name is Alex, and I run Tiger Skull RPG, and here I am every Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I know. We celebrated your birthday with ice cream fucking cake. To be honest with you, that cake fucked me up.
Was it the cake, or was it just copious amounts of curry?
It was the cake, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it was full until the next day around lunchtime.
Yeah,
and then I ate more curry. Like the leftover curry. Yeah, man. How you been?
Me,
besides feeling a little full.
Me, so last episode we were talking about the 30 days of tiles. All the models are done. The last model was actually a lot of fun to make, and it was it's gonna be good to do more different stuff besides sci-fi stuff. And right now I just have to name everything properly and then start taking renders, and yeah, that's about it. And just start uploading
sharing?
them. Start uploading. Well, uploading them, not sharing quite yet. Just make sure everything's ready to go. Uploaded.
Uploaded to where?
Thingiverse, because I don't have to share it. I still make it private.
Oh,
right? So
I
no one
see.
can see it. So I'm just gonna upload them all.
Do that all up front.
Yeah.
Cool.
It just I don't want to like. Might as well just do that because I just get it out of the way, right?
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna do the same. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna do the same on Thingiverse. Sorry, My Mini Factory.
You can put them up there as well.
Yeah, for free.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Might as well, right? Might as well.
Yeah, I want to do the same. I want to get something up on My Mini Factory pretty soon here, even if it's free. I'm thinking about taking my pig down. I'm actually thinking about taking it off of Thingiverse and putting it on My Mini Factory.
Just put both.
Yeah, I could have it on both, but
yeah.
If I'm really going to transition over to I don't know, I kind of want to see if I can. If there's any, do you think there's any value in just putting all your eggs in? I guess maybe
no,
not.
Absolutely not.
Because
every other big kind of
well, you say that
STL file artist. That's what they have. They have a mini factory and they have a Thingiverse, and they do both.
When I spoke to Alistair, he was pretty keen about advertising exclusives. Like if a model is exclusive
Who's
to
this?
My Mini. Alistair from My Mini Factory.
Of course he does. He works for My Mini Factory. His job is to get more people to come to My Mini Factory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like.
Of course he said that.
Yeah, but he's not just. I mean, he's not just saying that. I mean,
yes, he is.
So you think he's not going to promote anything? Is that what you're telling me?
No. They do promotions, right? They want that, and the reason why they're saying that is because that's a service that they do. But of course, he's going to say that to you because he's trying to convince you to just only do My Mini Factory, because Thingiverse is not really in direct competition, but they're in the competition of eyeballs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're going to be in a position where you're going to have a My Mini Factory store, right? That people actually pay you to download your models. So you're also going to want to drive traffic towards My Mini Factory. You're going to be in the same boat as him, as everybody.
Just have both, right?
Yeah.
Sure,
but
think about it. Like, the My Mini Factory the Thingiverse served me really well towards my Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Right. So
I agree with that. I'm just saying that like there is like some value in having an exclusive model to My Mini Factory. I'm not saying
I never said that wasn't. You know what I mean? What I said was.
Sure you did.
I didn't. I was saying that Joe Blow there was saying like, you should do this because of this and this. It's like, well, it's like, yeah, of course he's going to say that because he wants you to be there exclusively, right?
Yeah, I don't think the debate is like this like nefarious, like take all your models and put them here. It's like if there's an exclusive model, it gives him something to promote. It gives him something to say. That's like in an ad or in an announcement that like, hey, exclusive to My Mini Factory, this model. Or if you don't have any models that say that, then he can't say that, right? It's just
I
like
understand that.
So then why are you arguing with me?
My argument was, my argument's not that he can't do things for you because of the exclusive thing and all that stuff. I'm saying like, of course he wants you just to be focusing on My Mini Factory. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, of course he is. I just think that you should reserve. It makes sense to reserve 1 or 2 of your models to do an exclusive thing, or maybe 3 or 4 or 5.
I never said not to do that.
Well, I don't know why you jumped on me then.
I wasn't jumping on you. I was jumping on you saying that you should have both My Mini Factory and Thingiverse. That's what I jumped on you about.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's room for both, I think, but at the same time,
it's like what it's like you should only have a Twitter. You shouldn't have an Instagram. It's like what? What are you talking about? Just have both. Yeah. Do your best to try to use both.
Yeah.
Use it all. It doesn't harm you in any way.
Okay, I think we should just move on because I think we agree, but we're just kind of trying to put words in our mouth to maintain them.
We're saying different things, and and it sounds like we're disagreeing with each other.
Yeah, exactly. I think we actually agree. We just are choosing to disagree.
Fuck! I'm tired today.
Yeah.
I've just been grinding away. It always feels like this on these Tuesdays. I feel the most tired. I think it's because I actually have an obligation to get up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't get up much earlier now than I do normally.
Well, to be honest, like I'll get up sometimes earlier than for this podcast, and I'll get my day started. But for some reason, once I have like a real obligation to like show up for this podcast, my body's like, no, stop, don't go.
It's like the only thing in the world you have to actually be on time for.
Yeah, unless I make appointments with other things. So that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Sucks showing up on time for stuff, whether you want to do it or not, really. But
no, I like doing these. I like doing these. You know that. You know that. Well, shit. I guess we'll talk about the one thing I found.
Yeah, you had me bring up something before the show.
I thought it was really interesting. I think it'll change the field a lot too, of miniatures and whatnot, or for people that want to make miniatures and people that sell miniatures, like actual casted miniatures. And the product is called SavioCast. I guess that's how you call it, right?
I think so.
And anyways, it's a
revolutionary technology.
Sure is. And essentially what it is, it's like a...
We're not sponsored by them.
No, it's a mini caster. It's a mini caster that casts, whatever you want to cast. And
this thing is the size of a fridge. There's nothing mini about it.
Well,
this thing.
it's small compared to other probably big production wise. That's what I'm saying.
It's got a big old bucket of minis.
Yeah, so it's still pretty limited. It looks like, you know what I mean, like because it looks like that little thing he pulled out. I don't know why we're watching in such a small screen. By the way, I don't know why. Anyways, it's done. But if you go down, you can see a lot of pictures, or if you go to like the Instagram page or whatever. But
Ooh,
yeah,
look at those veins.
Well, it looks like a 3D render, but yeah, but you can make your own sprues, which is really interesting. And I could see people that that have skills to make 3D models for 3D printing. Save their little money, save their tokens, and purchase a machine like this, and then they could start operating just a full production of 3D models or cast models for their clients, which is pretty exciting, I think. Hopefully they make different versions of this machine that's more affordable and smaller, and maybe even bigger ones for bigger sorts of casts. That's a cute little 3D.
Yeah, your cast kind of has to fit within
that little
bread slices.
Yeah, which is quite a bit if you're just doing characters, and you could get away with assembling even let's say a tank. They were showing examples, and they had like a bunch of different tank parts, so you can build a tank. So you could definitely do tiles if you wanted to. If you wanted to make cast tiles. All sorts of stuff. I don't know. It's just I think it's really interesting. It probably costs an arm and a leg. Like I'm thinking like $20,000, probably more, maybe.
Yeah, there's not like a shop.
No, you have to you have to phone them, right, or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's interesting. It'd be cool to be able to kind of mass produce your own figures a little bit and own that.
Yeah. But not just that, because there'll be people out there that are like, oh, I want to start a business, and I don't know, he worked on rigs for their whole life, and they're like, I want to start a mini making business, and so they'll buy a fucking machine like that, and then they just outsource minis, right? So like, there's going to be more people that like homebrew companies that will do services to print your minis, in a resin. And multiple, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds at a discount. You know what I mean? Instead of like a resin printer. You'll still need the resin printer because they'll still need to make. I don't know how it works. There's probably some sort of master. Those like little yellow slices of bread or whatever those things are. There's like silicone things like that's a mold, right? So they still have to probably make a mold with resin prints or
yeah,
something.
Of course. Or do you just go straight from a digital file to like this mold?
Yeah,
you're never really actually. Who knows? I mean, you have to do some.
Also, where do they get the fucking mold? Like, does that machine make the molds for them?
I don't know.
Do they have to go through the company and make molds? That's a good question. I never thought about that. Never thought about that.
The molds are pretty important.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just like so not in a hurry to fight this battle of like delivering, distributing physical goods yet.
Oh yeah.
I really think that like digital distribution is just going to be bigger as we go. Like more people are going to be happy to, the further we go in time, I think a lot more people are going to own 3D printers. I think they're going to become at least as like, I guess the thing is like with the 2D, with like an Epson whatever printer, there's sort of a common business need in that people need to print things like resumes and like docs for filling out forms and that sort of thing, like sort of everyday life stuff that's like you can't avoid and you just need to do it, right? But 3D printers don't really have anything where it's like, oh, this actually helps me to pay my taxes or something like that. So it's like as cool as it is and useful as it even can be beyond just, making toys like we do with it. It's like still not like a necessity, as much of a necessity as like a piece of office equipment like a stapler or a printer. So
yeah,
I guess you can't expect it to get to maybe that level of prevalence in the home. It's
very catered.
Cheaper.
Yeah, it's very catered.
Cool.
It's very catered towards the hobbyists or the crafter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think people are gonna. I think as generations go on, more people are gonna own it just as a fun thing, bro. Like, I guess what I'm pondering is like, are we gonna get to the point where you won't need a cast because it's gonna be just easier for people to just print their own stuff than it is for them to go and buy a package of shit.
That's a good point. And once they get easier as well, I guess it depends on time-wise, like how much you can produce in amount of time. You know what I mean? I think that'll be the key, right?
Yeah, time, and also like the time isn't that bad when you think about it. Like people are pretty happy to pay for something on Amazon today and have it show up on their door tomorrow or the next day. So it's like, I think people are used to waiting.
I'm thinking more on the lines of production, right?
Yeah.
Because there is people that sell resin 3D prints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the print volume is so small. Well, there is those giant resin printers you can get, but the print volume is pretty small for the regular resin printers, and they do take quite a bit of time, right? But if you're clever about it, if you load up enough models on one sheet, you can get quite a bit done in a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
And some people have like 5 3D printers, right?
Mm-hmm.
People have a room of 3D printers.
Yeah. One of my patrons has got 3 resin printers and an FDM printer, and he's a dungeon master, so he's just like cranking out game elements here. Like, I guess a lot of characters and a lot of terrain, with the Ender or whatever. I think he's got an Ender 3, he said.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, dude, that's amazing. I think a big thing that's holding people back though is the resin being kind of sort of a toxic substance to have in your home, and
yes,
it's not something you give to your kids and be like, okay, kids, here, like, start down printing stuff and playing with it. You kind of have to really be careful. But it's like, I've heard that, resin is just as dangerous as like bleach,
Yeah,
everybody's got bleach in the home. So,
well, I would say the resin is a little bit more dangerous because the process of the cleaning process and like handling it and stuff like that, you're going to be using it a lot more often. And it's like, it's an open vat that's like really easy just to like, open the case and like stick your fingers in it if you wanted to. I would say it's more dangerous because you'll be handling it more, especially if you're someone that enjoys 3D printing, right?
But
yes, it is very dangerous. But yeah, nice little talk about shop talk.
Yeah, I know everybody. I would love to have
a resin 3D printer.
Well, that too. Actually, yeah, like that's what Sam and I have been kind of like. She kind of brought it up about trying to pitch. I don't know if it's the time is ready yet, or but pitching to like a resin printing company about getting a sponsor, or like representing them in some way, and maybe getting a printer in the process. And exactly what I was reading how those because there's a good way and a bad way to reach out to somebody and pitch, hey, why don't you
give me free
free
stuff.
shit so I can, review it and promote it.
Yeah.
And you could do it in a way that sounds like what I just said, which is probably pretty terrible. Or you can present it in, I think the best way it sounds like is to write down almost like a menu of where, how you can exactly promote them. Like, okay, whether that's how many followers you have on Instagram and how often you can post and what you can say and that sort of thing, and what your real reach is and how often. So I don't know. I'm gonna put this in my back pocket and work on a pitch to either Elegoo Mars or Anycubic, or I think there's another one too. There's like another printer that a lot of people are into that I can't remember the name of right now, but yeah, I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
I'd be happy to name drop whatever printer I'm using every time I share a print.
Yeah, but goddamn,
I do it anyway.
You're gonna need some numbers on you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, what is the number? Is it 1,000 Instagram followers? Is it 10,000? Is it
probably much more than that?
Or the other thing was filament would be nice. Isan gave me a shout out on the page the other day. But,
cool. I was gonna say. Shit. This is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, if there's somebody out there, I'm sure there is. If someone's like out there trying to make a resin printer that is not as toxic and that can be used in a small environment or whatever, like that would be like the place that you would want. That would be the people that for you to sponsor you, right? Because that's your situation, right? You could be like, oh, I live in a small place, there's not a lot of air ventilation, and like this resin printer is perfect for me, and blah blah blah, and maybe you, I don't know.
And my skin isn't falling off.
Your skin's not falling off, yeah.
No, dude, that's an interesting take. Because like Anycubic has their eco-friendly resin.
Yeah, well, it's not that friendly.
New.
It's not that friendly.
It's friendlier, I think, compared to other resins.
Apparently, the smell is a big difference. That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
The smell is a super big difference. Also, is it water soluble or whatever it's called? Like you can clean it with water instead of isopropyl alcohol.
I don't know about that.
There's a type of resin. I forget who makes it. There's a type of resin where you can clean it with water instead of alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's less chemicals, right?
Well, in the video, the guy in the video was like, he's making prints, he's pouring the stuff, he's not using a mask, he's not using gloves, it's just like it's like he's making cereal. It's just
you should still definitely use gloves.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people use gloves, like I said, with bleach and other household cleaning, so it seems like that is at least something you want to do. And it's so new, like, how do you really know?
Yeah.
Like the long-term effects, you don't. But yeah, like I saw on Facebook, like there was a sort of a video, like a little mini YouTube video documentary thing about this guy who's an artist who was a sculptor, and he did a lot of molding and casting in his career. And he's exposed to a lot of resin as well, right? Like they're always pouring resin. Dude, he had some pretty crazy health issues towards the end of his career. Not even the end of his career. It was like late 40s, I think. Started getting respiratory issues and that sort of thing.
Because he just didn't wear masks, probably, eh?
It didn't even sound like he was being unprecautious. Like, it sounded like he just had, when you're doing it day in and day out, even if though you're taking the precautions, like the exposure is just still there. Like,
there's probably some times where he's like, he had the mask on and he did the resin pour and he just lets it sit in the room, and then he takes off his mask and walks around or whatever, and it's just kind of in the air still.
Yeah.
And he does that 1,000 times, right?
Takes all his PPE off and he's like, oh, I forgot my phone in the room, and then you hop in and you grab your phone and then you leave or something like that. And it's like, you just like cut a corner here and there. it adds up.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, or maybe the exposure, because let's be honest, how long have they been casting for? That's, I guess, probably since, maybe that's a bit longer, right? They've been like kind of physically resin casting maybe since the 70s or something. Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
But
knows, dog?
I don't know. Not me. So anyway, that is kind of scary. And but even what I've got going on with my wall swap, you know, the FDM printer, like we're still, you and I both are both, you know, we're burning plastic sometimes.
Well, you're not burning. You're melting, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, it does smell. Like you can smell it. I can smell it. It doesn't smell like nothing. So there's like some vapor in the air. Obviously.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
What's that? Oh, you're quiet.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeepers.
I like the smell.
Okay.
It smells like
right.
Christmas morning.
Well, I use PLA, but however though, PLA is not it's not plastic. It's like plant based. Right?
Yeah, it's corn based or something.
Yeah, it's like corn oil or something like that. Which still doesn't mean it should be safe to burn and smell. You know what I mean? But it's definitely not plastic.
I think corn oil is a big component in what makes up PLA, but I don't think it's all that's in PLA.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, you know, take a bite out of it. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, won't be good for the tummy.
Yeah.
So, dude.
Yeah.
What are you planning on doing this week, or what do you want to get done this week?
Oh man, this week this is like a grind week for me. It's May now, and so I got to release my May thing, a May character, and all the accoutrement.
Yeah.
So I've got the model is pretty much there. I released it to the patrons on Sunday for beta testing, and a couple people have print tested it. And you know, like usual, there's like there's a lot of details that are too small and stuff like that. Because I kind of model things. You know, I try to keep proportions as realistic as possible. Like I'm trying to push in that direction.
Yeah.
But sometimes you push so far that you lose details. So I've got to just exaggerate a couple more, like just a couple of small things, like some hair, and the eyelashes are just not printing at all. And then I'm not that I'm like modeling each lash or anything. It's just like, even though that I've done sort of the blocky, like really solid, like strip of like a character's eyelash, because it's a female character, so it's kind of blurry this time. It's still still too small. Even though I feel like I've exaggerated like 500%. I feel like I need to go like 1,000%. So so I'm going to do a few revisions on that, and then I also need to just kind of like focus and crank out all the legendary collection stuff, which I kind of is really, I like that part, because it's it's like the character takes weeks to do, and those things each take a few days to do, like, so it's quicker work, and it's it's a nice change of pace to do, so like check off items on my to-do list that take a few hours instead of a few weeks. So
cool.
It's kind of a nice change of pace, and I like the most fun part is like when you're done and then you get to kind of promote it and like make little mock-ups of like how you you know, your package and what you're offering. Like that part's really fun, and sharing it, and it's new and all that. So that's going to be next week. So I'm looking forward to that. But this week I got to like really grind and get it done, and then I can take a bit more of a breath next week. So that'll be that. And so with this character coming out, then I'll have basically 3 characters in the bank that I want to put up on my mini factory, and I want to do I think I want to do like 3 months at least of my mini factory and see how it goes, see how it affects my Patreon numbers, if at all. Like that would be nice. I mean, that's what it's sort of the idea. I mean, Alistair from my mini factory was like, he's really, he has his finger on the pulse of Patreons and promoting those, and he thinks it's important, and he's on board with that. So, I want to test the waters and see how that goes. So this month I want to start up my mini factory shop as well. And like I was gonna ask you, have you started yours? Do you have models up there?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to have? Can we look at it? Let me Google
All right.
it. How have you? When did you put them up there? Like when did they go live?
Probably. Excuse me. I don't know. Like over a week ago, I guess.
Have you sold any
No
models? No.
I've sold some late pledges. I've done that.
So
I've sold late pledges for my Kickstarter and a couple add-ons, but these models I just put up, I didn't sell any. I might change the price. I think the price might be a little too high.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen again because I typed in forbidden prints into a search bar and
it's one word, dog.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you don't have your Kickstarter stuff up there.
No, that's the late pledges.
Okay.
That's the late pledges. Probably if you searched up District 0012, you could probably find the late pledges, but that's something completely different than the storefront. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I searched it here, or you mean searched it in Google?
Probably there, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. Put a space in there.
Oh, now see, man, I'm getting caught up in your spacing. Your spacing.
Doesn't look like it's showing up there.
Look at all this District 12 stuff.
Shut up.
Cool. Okay.
No,
This thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's made by Rocket Pig.
Dang.
Sorry, Rocket Pig Games.
Oh, let's see. Okay. So you've only got a few models up here, so it's kind of hard to tell. It's hard to gauge. And these aren't like your. Like I feel like your District 12 is your big that's your big coup de grace. I just throw out these terrible French isms. You know what I mean?
I suppose so. I guess so.
Oh, this model is pretty popular too. Hey, you got my wizard on there.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
It's in the description. There's a link to your Patreon in there.
Oh, no way.
Not there. It's off to the left side. Sorry, right
Sweet.
side. What the fuck is that?
Welcome. Want to see the most popular 3D designer deals, prints, and discount offers? We'll send you a note in your desktop.
Say no. Go away. It's in that little square, the big white square that you're on right now. It's just hidden. I don't know why it's not showing up. Why the fuck is it not showing up? What the beans? That's fucking pissing me off. It should have a description of the model and what do you get and shit stuff.
I mean, you wrote all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
put it in. I don't know why it's not fucking there.
Let's click on a different one. Let's see if maybe that's an anomaly. Ooh, I like this one's got a different background. You notice?
But most definitely doesn't, but all right.
No, look. It's like gray. It's all grayed out. Oh, it's just because there's a lot of imagery to scroll through.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the description might be.
Store description.
Sorry, where is that? Where do I click?
I'm looking at on my screen. It says store description, and I'm looking on your screen. It's not showing up. I don't know why. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Are you logged in? Like, are you viewing it as a designer or whatever?
Yeah, hang on. Let me log out and see what happens. That's fucking stupid. God damn it. You know what? I'll be honest. Their fucking website's pretty buggy.
Oh yeah, have you noticed other issues?
Plenty.
Yeah.
Especially with their uploading stuff. Very buggy. Yeah, for some reason the store description doesn't show up when you're not logged in. I don't know. I'll have to fix that, I guess. It's fucking dumb.
Let's click on preface sold. I have another one handy. So this guy's got a description right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but for some reason, I guess store description and just description is two different fucking things, which is idiotic.
It sounds like store description would describe you as a designer, maybe like whereas description of the item, like is there an item description? I don't know, man. But whatever. I mean, this was a pretty popular model, I remember, back in the day. Back in the day. Oh, this is the bundle. Okay, what else we got here? Oh, I see. So you got the two individual pieces and then the bundle.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just out of curiosity, like, how did you... what sort of logic did you use to like come to the pricing? Because pricing is always tough, you know. It's always like something.
I don't know. I just put the price.
Yeah, you felt like just like, oh, this one's just more valuable, I think.
Yeah, because I put more work into it. Well, okay. So here's the thing, actually, because I know for a fact that gazebo thing, that four-way arch thing, it's not as cool as having the platform under it.
Like when you have both, right? It's the best.
Yeah. So, but I know the platform thing by itself, it's still pretty, you know, it's still, you can use it pretty well, the platform by itself. So it's a little cheaper, so I want people to buy it. And the whole idea is hopefully people are like, oh, I get for a discount the bundle.
Yeah.
I can get the extra piece on top instead of buying individually. And it looks cool. So that's That's what I thought. There's a description now. I fixed it. Do you not see the description?
Hey, look, it's right here.
Yeah, no, I just added it.
Cool.
So yeah, if you make it bigger, your
is
link.
My thing not set to 100%? It is.
No, you got to show more. Oh my god.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, boy. Sweet, dude. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Yeah.
But I'm probably going to change the price. I think the prices are too high. Like, man, some people like they're really making their stuff pretty cheap to buy. That's for sure.
I mean, this character feels about right to me. This thing is
how much is it? It's $8.
$8.
That's two characters, and one character is more of like a it's a lot bigger character. It probably comes with multiple pieces because look, there's probably there's probably like a few models there because there's a rider and then the raptor, and then there's the lady herself with just the shield. So yeah, that's totally $8.
Yeah.
But usually Artisans Guild, when they have an individual character, it's usually just $3.99.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I'm not selling characters, so it's very different.
Yeah, exactly. We got to look at other things. I was just, I guess what took me there was I thought, you know, when you're on Amazon and you're like, here's some similar objects other people have bought, but it seems like kind of just random stuff.
No, it's under tags. It's under tags. That's how they go through their stuff.
Yeah, but like, there's nothing tagged with like terrain, you know, which you would think some
my
terrain.
My stuff is tagged as terrain, but it's also tagged as fantasy and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I think I'm assuming your stuff is tagged well. I think it would just be like, for me, if I'm like looking at your stuff, thinking about buying it, it'd be handy if other terrain things showed up for me to. But I guess for you, it's kind of cool because it's sort of like, I can buy a character with my platform here. My son. Yeah. Cool. So, have they? Did he, feature you, or did he give you a call out of any kind? And he's
absolutely not. He was the guy that was helping me out. Was supposed to get back to me on Monday. Mm-hmm. Not last Monday. Last week's Monday.
Yeah.
Never did. He was talking about promoting my Kickstarter for 2 days or whatever. I never did that. So it's just like, oh, whatever. I'm just gonna keep working. I have no fucking time to be chasing somebody right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. So he requires a little bit of, a little bit of maintenance. You got to kind of remind them and stuff like that. Saying, hey. So, but they're handling your post Kickstarter. What is it called again?
Pledge Manager.
Pledge Manager. Slacker backing. Is that the same thing?
No.
Okay. So I mean, they've got skin in the game. Like there's an incentive, I guess, for them to promote your stuff.
Yeah. Not necessarily.
No.
Well, if it's not they handle Kickstarters.
Yeah.
Or sorry, backer late pledge pages or whatever of Kickstarters that make $100,000. So it would probably make more sense to be more keen with that group, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. There's only so many. I guess it seems like to us that there's a new Kickstarter, a new Patreon every day, but
not every day.
It's not that big.
I keep my eye on the Kickstarter pages, and it's like every month there's a couple that come out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not every day.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what to say. But
I don't know.
I was kind of like,
what?
What I wanted to hear is like, man, everything's going great, and I've sold a ton of stuff on my mini factory, and it's the best decision I ever made. It's what I was really wanting to hear, I guess, from you, because I feel like, man, it's so hard. It's hard
it is hard
to get your name out there, and
we just started.
Yeah,
I just started a My Mini Factory page, and I think I have maybe 20 followers on my Mini Factory page.
Yeah, have you? But I haven't seen you share anything on Instagram though. So I mean, there's something to that.
I'll be sharing a bunch of shit once I do the 30 days of tiles.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And are those going to go up on My Mini Factory as well as
yes.
The other one?
Thingiverse.
Dude, I released a model on Thingiverse, and fucking hell, man! I tell you, I upload all the stuff, the models and the images of the print I wanted to show, and then I did it all. I dragged everything where it was, and then I hit go, and I was looking at it, and then I'm like, oh man, it picked the. I had an image that was I want this to be the first thing you see, right? Which is a nice rendered image
I know what
of
you
the
mean.
model. And what does it do? It puts my 3D model first at an angle that's sideways. It just looks like a weird glob of a turd of just a shape. And I'm like, oh, well, no one's going to want to download this shape turd thing. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go edit my model. Dude, you think I'm trying to drag the image into the thumbnail spot.
Yeah.
Broke everything, dragging that image in.
Yeah.
And so if you find I don't know. I eventually gave up because I could not get it to show an image like the image I wanted, or even any image actually after I did that. Once I edited it, it was just like when you searched it, you saw like no model in the preview. Like it was like a little
X
that's or something like that.
That's happened to me.
And like if you look at the model in my profile, like on my page with all my other models, it looks great. It looks like how I would expect it. But if you stumble on it, like a different image comes up, and it's like looks like shit. And I don't know why that is, but it's so frustrating. And I wasted like hours, like I wasted a whole morning trying to like
you don't have to
figure it out.
You're preaching to the choir, man. I've been through that so many times because I've uploaded so many stuff. And what I would have to do, right? I would have to play this like weird puzzle game where I have to like re-upload and like take things down or like save certain things in a certain order to like just like try to figure out this thing to like almost like stumble across it working properly.
Yeah, I was ready to, like you said, just delete this entry, open a new one, and just pray that the second one works.
I've done that.
Yeah. That sucks, man. It's time consuming, and it's
by the way,
a gamble. You don't know.
By the way, my mini factory, when you want to put up a model for sale or just for 3D printing, it has to go through an approval process.
Yeah. What was that like?
Takes a minute, takes a little bit of time.
So does somebody physically print your stuff and then give you some kind of...
I don't think it's that. I think it's an actual manual process. I actually think they have people that actually look at the models and approve them. I think because usually when they get approved, it's usually kind of working hours. So I'm just assuming that it's like they're using manpower. But there's been times where I've I don't know, because like I build all my models to be 3D printed on an FDM printer, so I know that they'll 3D print. And a lot of models I've printed a lot of models that I've made as well. And sometimes they come back and they're like, "No, this won't work," and it's just like, "Fuck you, yes it will." And I just keep uploading it, just trying to get it to work. I remember there was one time it took me 2 days to essentially, it took me about 24 hours to try to upload a model. Yeah, because just for some reason it just wouldn't fucking give.
Yeah.
So they have their problems too. It's a new website when you think about it. It's a new website with a lot of fucking traffic. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're still working out the kinks as well. But for a person that wants to sell their models and try to make a little bit of money, that's the place to be. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, that's about it on that front.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think. Well, I wish it'd be cool to see how many people have like downloaded these things, so which ones are successful and which ones aren't. But
on what? On
my mini factory, I guess. Oh, sorry, I'm still clicking around. Like when you have like a lot of images to click through, you do linger there. I will say that. Like, even though these dragons they look almost the same in each image,
They are.
I'm still, I mean, not that it's a different model. I just, even that the angle and the, what you're seeing is basically the same thing again.
Yeah.
There's still something to like having 1,000 images to scroll through. It kind of hooks you onto that page a little bit.
What the fuck is up with that?
That's whack. That is whack.
That's so stupid. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like the models are amazing. They're great models.
Yeah, these would look so good. Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Sorry, I'm being rude right now, but it is what it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that? He's just like right above the head. There's
so much. So in art, like you get, art directors will ding you for tangents. Tangents. That's what it is. There's a tangent here. There's a tangent there. There's a tangent there. There's a tangent there. it's like everything awkward about it. Your eye goes to these points, and
I don't know.
you're right. It's weird. It's everywhere. I wonder, is this the artist or is this the website? This is weird. I don't even know how you would
I've used the website. That's not the website.
Yeah.
Because look at all the other models he has.
Yeah. I mean, there's tangents on these ones too, but there aren't big blocks cut out of them and stuff.
I don't fucking know.
So, what else we got? These gray ones are much nicer.
Yeah.
You know, these ones make sense.
They're probably rendered from somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways.
Oh, wait, here we go again. Huh. Who knows?
All right.
Interesting. Very interesting. Let me stop this.
Yes, please.
I mean, I'm having fun, but
I'm not. I'm very annoyed.
You're just getting. You're like. I feel a little bit
tense.
You're spitting venom today, man.
I am. I'm sorry. I've just been stressed out. That's all.
Stressed out.
I would maybe I don't know.
Oh, hey. What are you doing today?
Me? I have to go to the bank.
Okay. You should stop by. Sam made some brownies, and we have extra brownies for you.
Of course you did.
Otherwise, I gotta eat all these motherfucking brownies.
Yeah, I have to go to the bank, and then I have to get money for the laundry machine, and then I gotta get checks because I'm running out of checks. And
checks? Wow. Okay. For your rent, I guess they don't do direct deposit.
You could, but they want to do it through this automatic machining thing that like just takes it automatically and you can't stop it, kind of thing.
Okay.
And I hate that idea of that this machine is just taking my money no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like. It's like, fuck you, I'm an adult. I'm responsible enough to give my rent money, right?
Yeah.
And let's say something crazy happens where it's like, I don't know. Let's say something ridiculous happens where, I don't know. I don't think this would happen, but just bear with me. Like, let's say there's no running water or no electricity in my apartment for a few weeks. I'd be like, I'm not paying you. Until I'm not paying you my full amount until I start getting
I never thought about that, but you're right. Actually, a friend of ours had to do that. Adam and Jared, like they lived in a terrible fucking place that was leaking, and they had no hot water. Exactly like you said.
Yeah, for a month.
Yeah, and they had to several tenants had to withhold rent.
Yeah, because he wouldn't fix the fucking thing.
Yeah, because it was so cheap. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, these fucking automated systems. It's a third party. It's like has nothing to do with your landlord or anything. So when you decide to move, then you have to notify this company that you're moving, and so you have to tell them to stop taking your money. It's just like stupid. Yeah. I have to tell 2 people now that I'm moving. That's so dumb. Yeah. Anyways, no, I just. I don't know. I feel the pressure on. Is there a dog outside or something barking?
No.
Your 3D printer.
Maybe. And you know what? There's construction outside though. Maybe you're hearing knocking and stuff. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
They're doing something. I don't know.
So you're feeling the pressure right now?
I wouldn't say I'm feeling the pressure. I'm just, I want to get this thing done, this 30 days of tile thing done, so that I can start on, the big project, the next big Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
And also this 30 days of tile thing. Like, remember before I wanted to do a mailing list, and then you sign up for the mailing list and you get a character. Never got around to finishing the character.
Yeah.
But I just want to get this out of the way because it's just, I don't know, it's like a hot plate. It's just there sitting. And there's that feeling of gotta get this done before I can move on to the next thing.
Yeah, that's how I've been balancing myself these days as well. Is like when you don't have time, when you don't have time to schedule yourself or think about it and make the big plan. I just operate on what is stressing me out the most right now.
And that has to get done.
Do that. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to, once I'm done that task, I'm going to sit there and ask myself again, of all the things I know I have to do, what is like, because after I do this, after I get this thing out, like this release out, the next thing that's like in the back of my head that's, hey, you got to do this pretty much right now is like my taxes. I still haven't done that. So
Me either.
File those motherfuckers. So it's like, okay, this release, because there's people there and I still have time to do my taxes. Yeah. They extended it to the end of May. So I'm going to do this release. That should take me to the 15th. And then I got 2 weeks to do my taxes.
Well, technically you could do your taxes anytime. Like one time.
Yeah.
I filed my taxes wrong and they never got filed. And I think it was like a year and a half. They were late. Mm-hmm. And then I did them and I still got money back.
Well, that's the thing. If you're getting money back, there's no penalty, right? Like there's nothing owed to the government. So they're not going to charge you interest on nothing, right? So but if you're in a situation where you do your taxes and you figure out, oh man, actually I owed $1,000 because whatever happens sometimes, your company doesn't fill out your tax form right or whatever. And that's when you're in hot water for delivering it late, because then the government gets this thing and they're like, oh, they owe us money, but they did it late, so it's 3 months interest on this money that they owe us, and then you get dinged for that as well, and then if you don't pay it, then it's like becomes this whole other thing, and so you don't want to be like if it goes to the next year, then you're in tax fraud situation. And just ask Wesley Snipes how that goes. It's not well. Yeah, I don't know. I am taking my time with this, but I really try. I'm just like so afraid to fuck. I don't fuck with the government because I don't know. That'd be too stressful.
That was a long tangent on just saying that you should do your taxes.
Yeah.
No, what was I going to say? I just, I think today I'm just going to, I don't know. I think today I'm just going to go to the bank, go for a walk, and then clean my apartment up a bit, and then, I don't know, take it easy. I always find that once I get to this fucking podcast, sorry, not fucking podcast, when I get to this awesome, amazing podcast, I just feel... I don't know. I just feel drained.
Well, kind of there's like, I mean, I don't know how much in your week you've got that's like a firm meeting, like a firm like appointment sort of thing. And we we always talk about what we did last week and what you're going to do next week. So it's sort of like a.
But it's funny. I'll say I'll just do some stuff around the house and not do anything on the computer, but I'll just end up doing work on the computer. I always end up doing something. Even when I say that I'm not going to do anything, I end up doing at least an hour or 2 hours of work or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, once you exercise and like clean your place, I think you'll just be in a better spot and you'll feel like a little bit more empowered to work, I think. So,
That's usually the case.
Yeah. Cool.
Pretty much just annoyed with myself. That's what it is, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like you are your own roommate, right? So, you can definitely get pissy at yourself, and you don't really manifest it that way. Oftentimes, when people are like, when really they're mad at themselves, then they, act like they're mad at everybody else because I don't know. You don't. It's like it takes a bit of introspection to like come to the realization that you're actually mad at yourself. But it's like you can be mad at yourself for the same reason you're mad at a roommate. Like if you were lazy the day before and didn't do your dishes, then you wake up and you're like, oh, there's a fucking sink full of dishes, and you're like, fuck.
That's exactly what's there, right?
You're like, imagine if it was your roommate. Imagine you had a roommate, and your roommate was the one that left that sink of dishes.
I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about my old.
You would be like, that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I would be.
It's not the first time.
That's how I feel like right now.
Do you eat anything besides peanut butter on toast? Gotta clean your peanut butter plates. That's what I eat. Peanut butter on toast quite often.
That's it? Nothing else?
That's my guilty pleasure.
Do you add butter?
So lazy. No. So sometimes I will if it's breakfast, because I make breakfast and there's toast with breakfast. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen with this toast. So I butter it, right? Because half the time I dip it into an egg. But then sometimes I run out of egg and I still got toast. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to put peanut butter on this toast. And then next thing you know, you got a toast with butter and peanut butter on it. It's actually good. And if you go to a restaurant, then you can for sure guarantee that they're going to put butter on that toast when you get your toast with the breakfast order. Which is something we haven't done in a long time. Let's go for breakfast, and I kind of miss it.
Oh, I saw a tweet from the government of Vancouver, or the city of Vancouver, rather, and they're encouraging people to go out to parks, gardens, and the beach to like just walk around and stuff.
Okay.
So that's good. So I think what they're trying to do with this, they're going to start. Because the thing is, they can't just start opening things up because people are still going to stay indoors. They're going to be like, I'm just going to stay indoors. You know what I mean? I don't want to catch the corona.
Oh yeah.
And so what they'll probably want to do first is get people used to walking around.
Yeah.
And then start opening up things. And then when people are walking around, they're like, oh, fucking that place is open. Let's go pop in. Let's go slip on our masks and pop in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes sense. It's a bit psychological thing, but they're like kind of, getting you acclimatized to, leaving your home. Yeah.
That's a big part of like Vancouver's like economy is like people walking around, walking into places, eating food in little store. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that just walk around and go to places.
Yeah, man.
So that's that. So
I had a situation at Walmart that was like really it was just like, I'm so happy that in a way that, the social distancing thing, people are further away from each other. And so I get less annoyed by people, but it like created a really awkward like situation where I was in Walmart buying some printer ink, and there's like a lineup in the electronics section where, they put the little spaces on the floor, like 2 meters away. And I get to the electronics section. There's a couple people there, and the ink is of course behind the it's got a lock. It's locked. It's not behind glass, but it's
locked. It's locked. Whatever.
Up. So I need a guy to let it go. So then I think, like, my thinking is I'll just line up at the register. When I get there, I'll say, hey, I need the ink.
Oh, you're so awkward. Why would you do that?
Because I can't, there's no one around for me to go and just like,
go find one.
Tap him on the shoulder. And, you need the guy that has the fucking electronics key anyways. So I'm like, I'm just going to wait in line. And so I do that. But then, so I do that, I get the thing, and then as I'm paying, a woman comes and she's like, I don't know what she said. She said something like, where's the line or something like that. And there was some dude who was standing in the aisle over. I guess he was waiting in line, but I was standing on the little foot things that were in that that were next to the register. And he was like, "Yeah, some fucking people don't give a fuck about like they don't have no respect for other people." He was talking about me because I guess I like butted in front of him.
Did you?
Well, according to him, I did, but to me, I stood on the little fucking piece of piece of tape that was in the aisle that was next to the register, and I don't know if.
Yeah, but it's followed by another piece of tape behind it.
Yeah, that's right. There was several pieces of tape there for people to line up, and then but this guy wasn't standing on those tapes.
You jumped in front of one?
No, there was when I went to the register. There was one person occupying the pin pad. They were paying for their purchases. They were interacting with the teller. They were doing their thing. I saw this and I thought, well, I need printer ink. I knew that the other guy was there because I had to kind of walk awkwardly around the aisle because he was occupying the whole aisle. I didn't want to get.
So he was probably waiting in line.
Yeah, when I arrived, he's shopping in that aisle, which is the one aisle over from the register. And I'm like, okay, he's shopping, right? He's shopping. He's looking. He's turning things around, looking at the back. And then I'm like, I know exactly what I need. I need printer ink, blah, blah, blah. I go and I get it, and I line up. But then, as I hear him say that, I look over, and he's like standing. He's standing where he was when I got there, facing the register, but he's in the other aisle. And I don't know if somebody told him to stand there or why he was like not just lining up where I lined up. But I don't know. He was really pissed off.
Story stinks.
Well, I mean, even if you get a chuckle telling me that it stinks, that's.
Hey, are we gonna watch the fights tonight? On Saturday.
Like I said, maybe It depends. Like, if I feel like I really need to work that day, then I might just put them on my monitor and kind of work at the same time.
Okay.
But, it would be nice.
I won't keep you from your work.
Might be nice. Let me. I don't know. Either way, we're just gonna watch it on.
Don't say it.
On our PCs. We'll pay ESPN Plus the full price for these fights. That's the thing, man. I bet you, because so many people are quarantined, a lot of people are going to pirate this thing.
I would say maybe not, because that Trolls movie that came out for straight to rent.
Yeah, that's right.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
That's right. There's no reason for it to do amazing. There's no reason for a Trolls movie.
And it did so well that was it Universal that produced it or whatever, or distributed
Paramount?
it? Whatever. They Paramount. Is it Paramount?
I have no idea.
Anyways, no, I think it's Universal. It's Universal. They're gonna start doing more of that, and they're gonna see what happens. But kids films is a little different because nobody wants to drag their kids to a fucking theater.
Yeah.
Right? Because that'd be annoying. Yeah, it's gonna change. A lot of things gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I need to take a shower because I haven't took a shower today, and I have to go to the fucking. The bank only opens up at 10:30, I think. So I still have some time. That's about it for the show, I think.
Let's wrap it. Let's wrap it up.
Fucking wrap it.
We should have put a bullet in this thing like a while ago.
8 minutes ago, probably 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay. You go first. Where can we find you?
You can find me on the Instagrams, Forbidden Prince. You can find me on the tweets, Forbidden Prince. You can find me on Thingiverse in my mini factory on Forbidden Prince. And Alex, where can we find you?
You can find me at patreon.com/TigerSkullRPG, as well as Facebook and Instagram. Actually, I've been focusing a lot on Instagram, so yeah, go to Instagram.com/TigerSkullRPG as well to see all kinds of shenanigans and see what Sam's got. You know, she posts things I would never post in my name, which is sometimes good and sometimes bad, but always hilarious, I guess. So, yeah, a fucking Justin Bieber song showed up on my story the other day. I'm like, what? It's just like, oh man, I would never put Justin Bieber up, but whatever. I don't know. It's probably, hopefully people got a kick out of it, thought it was fun. I was like, because I like just made a post where I was like posted some artwork and I like quoted like Edgar Allan Poe's poetry in it, and I was like, oh, it's so moody and dark and I love it. And then Sam's like posting this other one on my story. It's like Justin Bieber's playing. It's like so girly and like just the antithesis of what I just posted. And so anyway, go to Instagram and yeah.
I got like 2 spots on top of my head of hair. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah. It's like yeah, it's devil horns.
It's so bad. That's what I need to do. I need to
shave that head.
Shave my head and shave my beard a bit.
Get some sun on that head. Shave your head and get some sun on it.
Get some sun on that head. On my white head.
You don't want that little baby Huey. You know the guys that hold onto their hair long after it's gone, and then they get that one little.
That's not me.
Swirly.
That's not me. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's not me.
That's not going to be me either.
Okay. Once again, should have put a bullet in this goddamn episode. This episode's been I've been a little cranky baby.
And
Alex has terrible stories.
Yeah.
All right, Alex. I'll probably see you this weekend, or if not, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, or come get a brownie and see me today.
Yeah, I'll come and get some brownies. I'll message you when I'm walking towards your place.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right.